at a peaceful girls' school nestled in the quiet hills of Chiang Mai, Thailand. A terrifying mystery unfolded that would leave locals shaken, parents horrified, and authorities speechless. Over 100 students began collapsing, screaming, and trembling, claiming they were possessed by a ghost of a little girl buried beneath the school. Was it mass hysteria, or something far more sinister? Stay with us as we uncover the eerie events of the haunted school of Chiang Mai, a real-life horror that shocked the entire nation. It was a warm, humid morning in late August 2016, the kind of morning where everything seems normal on the surface, but something dark lingers in the air. The teachers at a government-run girls' school in Chiang Mai noticed that a few students were behaving strangely. Their eyes seemed distant, their faces pale. They weren't talking much. Some looked like they hadn't slept in days. Then it happened. One girl sitting in the back row let out a scream so loud it frenzied the entire classroom. She fell to the floor, shaking violently. Teachers rushed to help her, but before they could make sense of what was happening, another student collapsed, then another, and another. Within just 30 minutes, the school was plunged into chaos. Girls were crying, fainting, trembling, or going completely still, their bodies stiff, their eyes blank. Some began mumbling prayers. Others pointed to an empty corner of the classroom, whispering, "She's here. She's watching us." One young girl screamed, "She's coming for us." By noon, over 100 students had either fainted or were experiencing strange, trance-like states. Emergency services were called. Parents rushed to the school, terrified and confused. Was it food poisoning, a gas leak, some kind of virus? But none of those things explained what the students were saying. They all spoke of one figure, a little girl, dressed in white, long hair covering her face, standing near the tree at the edge of the playground. "She wants something," whispered one student. "She's angry." Then rumors began to swirl. Whispers passed between teachers, parents, even the school guards. There had always been stories about that land. Years ago, before the school was ever built, that exact piece of land was home to a small orphanage, and legend had it, a girl had died there. Some said she was mistreated. Others claimed she had no family. She died quietly, and she was buried there, beneath an old tree. When the school was built, some villagers warned the developers, "Don't disturb her." They said, "She's not at rest." But no one listened. Psychologists and doctors arrived the next day. Their conclusion: mass hysteria. One girl's panic had triggered a chain reaction, a psychological phenomenon. But not everyone was convinced. Some students began waking up in the middle of the night, screaming. One mother said her daughter was whispering to someone in her sleep. Teachers reported hearing footsteps in empty hallways, the sound of a child crying when no one was there. The school held a Buddhist cleansing ceremony. Monks chanted, sprinkled holy water, and lit incense throughout the classrooms. For a few days, things calmed down, until it started again. This time, even the staff began to feel uneasy. A math teacher claimed she saw a small figure standing in the courtyard after school, but when she looked again, it was gone. Local authorities began digging into the history. They confirmed that an orphanage had existed on that land in the 1980s, but there were no official records of any burials. Then, a former caretaker came forward, anonymously. He said a young girl about 9 years old had died in the orphanage. She had no family, no funeral. They buried her quietly beneath a tree. That tree now stood beside the school playground. The school invited senior monks for a second, more powerful cleansing ceremony. A small shrine was built near the tree. Offerings were made, candles lit. After that day, the strange event stopped, but the memory remained. To this day, the school is still open. The students have moved on, but many still avoid the tree. Some say, if you stand too close, you can feel a cold breeze even on the hottest days. Others claim, on certain afternoons, when the playground is quiet, they can hear humming, a child's voice, soft, sad. No one knows for sure what happened in that school, whether it was fear, a shared illusion, or something that defies explanation. But one thing is certain. Some stories don't end. They just fade into whispers. And sometimes, they return. Subscribe for more true horror stories from around the world. And remember, not all ghosts want revenge. Some just want to be remembered.